Vaccinating Rhode Islanders proving to be as complicated as some had feared. Many of you have called us saying you're confused, anxious, and frustrated.
The state is moving ahead vaccinating people by age. That means those 75 and older will start getting vaccinated tomorrow, but nearly all of those appointments are booked.
12 News reporter Brandon Truitt is at the regional vaccination site in Providence with when more appointments will be opening up. Brandon?
Well, Kim and Mike, we know that essentially the state had extra doses left over from phase 1 clinics. That is what's going to be used starting this weekend. The state says that those 75 and older can start to expect more availability in the coming weeks.
The number one risk for people for dying or getting severely sick from COVID is age.
Dr. Philip Chan is spearheading Rhode Island's vaccination rollout. Chan reiterating what the Department of Health announced Thursday. Vaccine will be prioritized mostly by age.
So we anticipate probably in about 2 weeks is that the general population, those that are 75 and older, as part of the general population, can start to register and get vaccine.
If you're 75 and older, signing up will depend on where you live. Cities and towns are developing their own systems. In some towns, you'll call. In others, they'll call you, with a few choosing online registration. It can get confusing, so we've created a growing town-by-town breakdown in this story at WPRI.com. A streamlined registration process is expected when those 65 and older can sign up at the end of February. The state saying they've been watching what is and isn't working in other states.
This isn't done right. What happens is it's like you're trying to buy that concert ticket, right, to the most popular concert, Taylor Swift, whoever, and, it's sold out in 30 seconds and you can't get in. And so we're doing this in a thoughtful manner.
The state is expected to have an online portal come mid-February. A 1-800 hotline will be set up for those needing extra help. Right now, there are 5 regional vaccination sites. The state says it's just a start. They'll be adding more locations in the coming weeks. And I know it seems like I keep saying this, but this is such a fluid situation, so much so that just in the last hour we learned that Providence has available appointments here at this location this weekend. Again, it's going to be for those who live in the capital city who are 75 or older. In order to make an appointment, you need to call 311. As for the statewide view, the Department of Health says the one thing that would help them in this is simply receiving more vaccine. Live in Providence, Brandon Truitt, 12 News.
First tonight, we are getting some answers to the many questions we received from you about who can get their vaccines next and how they can sign up. I'm Kim Kalunian.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. A select few, 75 and older, can get vaccines starting tomorrow. Most of those spots, though, are already filled. But there is hope that Rhode Island will soon have a third vaccine in its arsenal, with Johnson & Johnson announcing promising results. Its single-shot vaccine earlier today. The health department says if the FDA gives it emergency approval, Rhode Island could have it within a month.
Until then, the state will be limited by the supply it gets of the 2-shot Moderna and Pfizer vaccines. 12 News reporter Brandon Truitt tells us what he's learned about this weekend's vaccinations and what happens after. Brandon?
We are at one of 5 regional vaccination locations. At this one in Providence, there are still appointments available for this weekend. You have to be 75 or older, live in the capital city. You can call 311 to make an appointment. As for other towns, the state says if you are struggling to make an appointment and are over the age of 75, more should be available soon.
The number one risk for people for dying or getting severely sick from COVID is age.
Dr. Philip Chan is spearheading Rhode Island's vaccination rollout. Chan reiterating what the Department of Health announced Thursday. Vaccine will be prioritized mostly by age.
So we anticipate probably in about 2 weeks is that the general population, those that are 75 and older, as part of the general population, can start to register and get vaccine.
If you're 75 and older, signing up will depend on where you live. Cities and towns are developing their own systems. In some towns, you'll call. In others, they'll call you, with a few choosing online registration. It can get confusing, so we've created a growing town-by-town breakdown in this story at WPRI.com. A streamlined registration process is expected when those 65 and older can sign up at the end of February. The state saying they've been watching what is and isn't working in other states.
This isn't done right. What happens is it's like you're trying to buy that concert ticket, right, to the most popular concert, Taylor Swift, whoever, and it's sold out in 30 seconds and you can't get in. And so we're doing this in a thoughtful manner.
The state is expected to have an online portal come mid-February. A 1-800 hotline will be set up for those needing extra help. Right now, there are 5 regional vaccination sites. The state says it's just a start. They'll be adding more locations in the coming weeks. The state says their streamlined online portal will not go live until the next phase begins. They are expecting to roll out a 1-800 hotline to help those who need additional assistance. We should get more information on that in the coming weeks. In Providence, Brandon Truitt, 12 News.